What is up, and welcome to SGPN's A Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick'em plays for Thursday, September 19th, 2024. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with promo code DAILYDOG. That's DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. Get a deposit match bonus of up to $1,000 with that code DAILYDOG, one word, on the app or on UnderdogFantasy.com. All right, we've been hitting Thursday Night Football for 2 days already this week. We're coming back at it with one more slip for the Thursday Night Football card. And I'll circle back to what we locked in on Tuesday and Wednesday as well after we get through tomorrow's slip. So we are going to be doing some lowers here. We've been hitting the higher earlier in the week when there's better value, and now that we're on game day here, we're going to go hit some lowers because people have been pumping those numbers up all week. We've been contributing to that, and now we're going to hit some lowers on some other markets that fit in with the game flow that we are projecting here. So I like Jacoby Brissett lower than 27.5 passing attempts in this game. He has had 25 and 27 passing attempts in the first two games of the season for the Patriots. One of those games was an overtime game where he had an additional attempt. The game plan for this team is not to air it out. They want to keep it on the ground. They want to play defense. They want to keep this game tight. Jacoby Brissett doesn't pass all that often in the modern NFL. Not having 30 attempts yet is pretty impressive in just an outlier sense of things. And again, I think that this game is going to be actually pretty close. I think that the Jets are going to be have their hands full, I guess I should say, offensively, or have their hands full with the Patriots defense. And then on the offense, I think that they're just going to be playing it really close to the vest. So the Patriots aren't going to be trying to air it out with their pretty weak and pretty inexperienced wide receiving crew. So I like Jacoby Brissett to keep going with that trend of lower than 27.5 passing attempts here. And also it's a shorter game plan, shorter week to prepare on these Thursday night games. I don't think they're going to all of a sudden add a whole bunch of new passing concepts to this very vanilla offense in this short week. So give me lower than 27.5 passing attempts here. You could also play lower than 165.5 passing yards. But the problem with that is that's such a low number that like two big plays really cooks that number. So that's why I'm going with the passing attempts instead of the yards here. Next, we are going to go to Quinn and Williams, lower than 0.5 sacks. Quinn and Williams, D lineman for the Jets. Jacoby Brissett has only been sacked twice, he's only been sacked once on the season. Quinn and Williams has 0 sacks on the season. I also already said that I don't think Jacoby Brissett's going to be dropping back to pass all that often. So less dropbacks equals less sacks. A quarterback that doesn't get sacked much, and a guy who hasn't found home yet, hasn't found the quarterback at home yet. That's just something that I'm going to try to leverage. Like I said, I leveraged the lower than 27.5 passing attempts with lower than 0.5 sacks from Quinn and Williams. Those things go hand in hand. Those are correlated picks, definitely. So that's why I'm putting those both on this slip. Jacoby Brissett's been getting the ball out in like 2.8 seconds, I believe, on the year so far. If you go to NFL.com/plus, you can check out all those stats. So again, it's just hard to sack a guy who's getting rid of the ball so quickly and a guy that's not passing very often. So give me Quinn and Williams lower than 0.5 sacks in this game. Last one, Alan Lazard, wide receiver for the Jets, lower than 5.0 targets against this Patriots team. Lazard is a guy who had 6 targets in week 1 in that Monday Night Football game against the 49ers. But he really doesn't. He had 4 targets against the Jets, not the Jets, against the Titans. I think that we're much more likely to see a Jets type or a Titans type performance than the 49ers type performance, because the 49ers game, the Jets were down so big so early that they were just passing it out way more than they will. Even if the Jets win this game, or even if the Jets are behind in this game, I don't think they're really going to throw the whole passing game at this Patriots D. I think that it's going to be played well close to the vest. So I would be surprised if Lazard had more than 5 targets in this game. And honestly, I expect, if worst case scenario, we're pushing at 5 here. So this slip for Thursday Night Football is Jacoby Brissett lower than 27.5 passing attempts, Quinn and Williams lower than 0.5 sacks, and Alan Lazard lower than 5.0 targets. It's a 4.8x multiplier. Now, if you were following the show earlier in the week, or if you're not, there actually is still some value on some of the picks I gave out on Tuesday and Wednesday. So on Tuesday, I gave out, on Touchdown Tuesday, I gave out Ramondre Stevenson touchdown, Breece Hall touchdown, and Legatron, aka Greg Zuerlein, higher than 7.0 kicking points. Obviously, the Ramondre and Brees TDs are still out there. The Brees TD multiplier has gone down, but the Ramondre TD multiplier has gone up. And the good news is Greg Zuerlein's kicking points is down to 6.5 off of 7. Obviously, if I liked it at 7, I like it at 6.5. And this is still playable. Like, I had this at 5.67x on Tuesday. Now, with that lower kicking points prop on Zuerlein, it's 5.88x. So we're actually getting better value by entering this one today. So if you missed it on Tuesday, feel free to do that. Ramondre Stevenson TD, Brees Hall TD, Legatron, aka Greg Zuerlein, higher than 7 or 6.5 kicking points for 5.88x. Then yesterday, we definitely got some CLV on the one we put out yesterday. We gave out Brees Hall touchdown again yesterday. Then we gave out Ramondre Stevenson higher than 15.5 rushing attempts. That's now up to 16, and I think that he's probably going to have 20 rushing attempts in this game. And then we also gave out Joey Sly higher than 6.0 kicking points. Again, that is still available. But yesterday, this slip was 5.04x, which was the Brees Hall TD, Ramondre Stevenson higher than 15.5 rushing attempts, and Joey Sly higher than 6.0 kicking points. It was 5.04x yesterday. Today, it's 4.33x, so a lot of value has been lost there. That said, still playable. You just realize that you're going to get a push at 16 instead of a win on Ramondre Stevenson with the rushing attempts there. Next up, we got to give out the MLB Vibes play. I've been loving doing these last few days. It's just been a relief to not even try to make sense of the analytics and the stats right now at this time of baseball season, when every team has a lot of there's a lot of varying levels of interest in winning each game. There's teams that are rolling out AAA teams. There's teams that are fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot. So it's really tough to take the analytics and the advanced stats seriously right now. That said, there are some spots where there's good vibes. One of them is Shohei Ohtani to steal a base every single day because he's chasing 50-50 still. He's on the precipice there. He might be able to get that over that hump before he leaves Miami tomorrow or today. So Shohei Ohtani stolen base. Then we're going Michael Conforto to get a higher than half of a total base against Zach Eflin and the Orioles. Orioles suck. Eflin's not that good either. Give me half of a total base with Conforto here. Conforto's actually been healthier and been hitting much better late in the season. Next, we're going Dansby Swanson, who has been moving to the top half of the order for the Cubs and been doing pretty well in the top half of the order for the Cubs. Dansby Swanson higher than 1.5 total bases against an old foe, Corbin Carroll. Give me that one. It's 1.11x multiplier, so juice up this slip a little bit right there. Next, we're going to Aaron Judge, higher than half a total base versus Logan Gilbert. Gilbert, overrated in my mind. Gilbert can be hit by Judge. And also, you worry about Judge just getting walked every at-bat here. But sooner or later, he's going to get an at-bat. And Judge isn't only swinging for the fences right now. Give me Judge half a total base, aka to get a knock against the Mariners in this one. And Logan Gilbert, who I think is very overrated. All right, so this 4-leg MLB vibe slip is 8.64x or 5.18x if you're going to use a flex. And if it goes 3 out of 4 on the flex, you get 1.68x. So you get a little backdoor money there if it doesn't hit. Again, that was Shohei to steal a base, Conforto to have higher than 0.5 total bases, Dansby higher than 1.5 total bases for the Cubs, and Aaron Judge higher than half total base versus the Mariners. Last one. The Dontg Squad, everyone's favorite part of the day. You got to love the Dontg Squad. We're going Shohei Ohtani versus Edwin Cabrera in the Marlins. We've been getting a home run from Shohei there. Shohei's had a home run already in this series. He's had stolen bases already in this series. Let's do both on the same day. Shohei, let's do it on this Thursday. Next, we're going to Bryce Harper versus Luis Severino in a very important NL East game. Obviously it's more important for the Mets than the Phillies. That's why I like the Phillies to be a-holes here and slam the door in their faces. Bryce Harper, home run versus Luis Severino. Let's do it. And last one, Jackson Chourio versus Brandon Pfaadt. Higher than 0.5 home runs in this matchup. I don't think Pfaadt's very good of the D-backs. I also think Chourio is awesome. He'd have a lot more hype behind him this season if it weren't for the fact Jackson Merrill and Paul Skeens are also in the NL and having excellent rookie seasons. I always joke about CLV doesn't matter and it's stupid because at the end of the day, just winning is what matters. Jackson Chourio is the perfect example. I think it was early July or late June where I said, hey, if Skeens gets hurt, Jackson Chourio is actually heating up right now. He could be a Rookie of the Year candidate, NL Rookie of the Year. He was 85, 90 to 1 at that point. Jackson Merrill's had a historic run in the last 2 months, so he's obviously ahead of even Skeens in the voting. But Jackson Chourio has no shot to win this award, but his odds are down to 40-1 because he has also had an excellent year. So shout out to me for the CLV on a bet that is not going to hit in a million years. But hey, going from 85-1 to 40-1, I did something right. Shout out to the process and whatnot. But all right, that's all I've got for you today. A lot of slips again. So we got our Thursday night football slip. Jacoby Brissett lower than 27.5 passing attempts. Quinn and Williams lower than 0.5 sacks, and Alan Lazard lower than 5.0 targets. The MLB vibes play is Shohei to have a stolen base, Michael Conforto to have higher than half a total base, Dansby Swanson to have higher than 1.5 total bases, and Aaron Judge to have higher than half a total base. And the Dontg Squad is Shohei Ohtani, Bryce Harper, and Jackson Chourio, 57.35x, multiplier 8.76x if it goes 2 out of 3. That's all I got for you today. Let's make some money.